Hey, Seminole State family, it's Nicole from the library. Does the information literacy module in your first year experience course, is it your ops? Does it have you feeling delulu? We're going to sort that out right now. Follow me. Let's go. Wait.
Where am I? How dare you? How dare you start the show without me? I was here the whole time. That's Lulu or Fuzzy Fufu or whatever you said. Whatever you said before. Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is a professional broadcast from non-professionals. Oh, we're professionals. Okay, great. All right.
We're professionals.
Yes, we are.
No, Jason. Delulu.
Oh.
It means like delusional, like, you know, okay, so it's a way of saying delusional. Now,
I got that,
I have a daughter in middle school, and I heard her and her friend talking very recently. And college students, you may want to pay attention because I hear that the middle school students are on, ahead of you on the trend curve. Delulu is not cool anymore. It's not cool. It's not cool. So just be careful. Be careful. Don't say Delulu. I can say Delulu. Now I can adopt it because I'm definitely always behind the curve of what's cool.
Got it.
I know my station in life.
Okay, for sure. So it's Information Jason here, and that's Nicole from the library. Welcome. Many of our watchers are from the first year experience class here at Seminole State College of Florida, the IDS 1107 class, and we should be coming up, if we're not already there, on module number 6. That is the information literacy module, and you have 2 information literacy instructors here, faculty librarians here at the college, and so we're going to walk you through a little bit of the module, some of the assignment. Want to make sure that we reduce any anxiety or stress that you might be having about it. Maybe we'll define what information literacy is, right? And we've popped up a couple of the students who are watching. So if you're watching, make sure to put your name and your professor's name for the IDS 1107 class and be engaged and participate in the chat. That's how you're going to get your credit for attending today's showgram. And we'll put that link in for the attendance at the end of the show. And the good news is it's just recorded. Write that down.
Okay, showgram.
Showgram ain't Delulu. It's not Delulu.
That's copyrighted.
Uh-oh.
That's copyrighted. Oh, you know what's not copyrighted?
Uh-oh.
Our sponsor for today's show, is pillows. Find the person that invented pillows so we can give them proper credit. Find them. I dare you. Find them. Text us.
I thought it was Ebenezer Rothschild pillows. I thought from the early umpteens and mum dribs. And we have more watchers here, more viewers. Okay, great.
We've got a crowd gathered.
Cool. So Natalia, awesome. I am in that class. So the librarians are embedded in the class. We're right there at the point of need. Whenever you need us, we are available. So hi, Natalia. I'm in that class. Hi, Amber. I'm in that class as well. So you can always reach out to me or Professor Roland for information. I hope everything's going well. Let's do our first check-in. How is everything going so far in the IDS 1107 class? Give us an emoji or give us something that we can look at in the chat to kind of gauge how it's going, or you could just say awesome, or you could just say Delulu. I hope you don't say it's going Delulu. But
we
Nicole,
that's going out of vogue. Okay,
out of vogue. We want to be in vogue, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're talking about, we're doing a vibe.
Good. Right. That was a good little vibe check there.
Oh, I see the comments. I see the numbers on the comments going up. That's exciting.
We're going great.
How many people are watching, Jason? You're the numbers man.
Sure. So we have 8 in our little eyeball count there times 400 gigazillion. It's infinity. We've reached infinity. We absolutely have. We totally have. So make sure to put in your name. If you're using a clever username handle in your Gmail account, go ahead and just drop in your student name so we can make sure that we get you some credit for today. All right. We have Professor Ruff there. Okay. Great. So Amber's saying everything's going great. If you guys want to elaborate a little bit, are there any questions that you have? Anything that we don't, that you haven't really figured out yet? You know, when you're taking those first couple weeks, it's kind of getting your feet wet at the college. You know, where's this? What's that? Who's where? All that kind of stuff. And then you have to start doing the assignments, right? Reading the material, going over the lectures and looking at the discussions. And then you hit something like information literacy in module number 6. And it's like, well, wait a minute, what is information literacy? So let's scale back out a little bit and let's talk a little bit about it.
Jason, a quick disclaimer before we move on. College is supposed to be challenging. Okay, it's not supposed to be impossible, but it's supposed to be hard, at least a little bit, a decent amount of the time. So if you're feeling the challenges from anything, and especially as we're talking about today, Module 6 or the Information Literacy module from your FYE course, that's not weird, that's not bad, you're not behind, you're not doing bad, okay? It's supposed to be challenging. That's when we learn things.
Yes, absolutely. And so our first question, what has been the most difficult challenge so far this term? If you can think of anything. And I'm sure many of you are taking maybe more than one class, 2 classes, 3 classes, 4 classes. We've learned a little bit so far in our modules about time management, right? Want to get a calendar going, whether it's on your phone or whether it's a traditional calendar that you put on your fridge, but you want to make sure that you're writing all this stuff down, because usually what happens, and usually means 100% of the time, what happens is coming up at the end of the term, whether you're taking a full term, a 12-week term, an A term, a B term, whatever it is, at the end, that's when all of those assignments are going to come crashing down, and you're gonna go, oh my god, I have all these assignments. Well, of course, yeah, we're here to help, but I mean, also, of course, that's the syllabus, and we knew what we were signing up for. So, hey, we have a special friend here. Hey,
I made it!
You made it. Hey.
All
so
right.
Ross just joined us, and did we mention we're librarians? Did we mention you can find us in the library, but also online? Ross is one of our librarians, and if you are a super fan and if you watched our show before, okay, if you're not, subscribe, because every Wednesday we're here and you can join us. Ross, you've been a busy librarian today. What have you been doing today?
I just finished teaching my 4th class for the day. I think that might tie my record for the most classes I've ever done in one day, but it was fun.
Yeah, and thank you for doing that, Ross. I told Nicole before we went on the show here, I was like, he did 4. I couldn't do 4s, and 4's a max. 4 is like a major max. So shout out to Ross there. Ross, we're asking the students in the IDS 1107 class, like, so far, what's been most difficult? And we're popping up some of the answers here. Managing school and family life for sure. Exactly. Okay. You know, you got to have that balance. We all do. And make sure that they understand, hey, fam, I'm taking 4 college courses, right? Like, I need a little bit of time and space. Or maybe even if you have one of these things, right? Maybe even you kind of put that down. I know, the horror. How long can I go without touching the phone again? But maybe you work on that. Maybe that's a skill.
See, our new rally has the is holding a phone, and it's not a splatter of paint. It's supposed to be his wing. So I got to get with the marketing department right away and fix that.
Yeah, get that going.
Yeah, if you saw our little new avatar on our YouTube channel. Ross, did any students today like give you, not, I don't want to say a sob story because that's putting a negative spin on it, but like, did any student share with you some like kind of personal detail, no names, of course, like if something like that, like managing family and work and school?
Yeah, I mean, now that you mentioned that, I had a student tell me about an illness that they were dealing with right now, but like, I was really proud of them because they told me they're like, it doesn't really matter because they got so much other stuff to worry about that they're focusing on their school and their family, almost as like a distraction a little bit. But I thought that was really admirable. You know, they're in it because they're trying to finish their degree. The illness is not slowing them down. So that was like a really cool moment.
Awesome.
I love that.
For sure. Let's get to a couple of the comments here. Learning how to spend my downtime. You know, the library does have a lot of study spaces and individual spaces. At the SLM campus, we have a Raider reflection room where you can post up and just kind of zone out or take a little nap or pray or do whatever you need to do. But yeah, definitely self-care and do some check-ins with yourself. I think the 3 of us here in the new year, I think we can even get better at doing that too. And we're the faculty librarians here to help you. So it goes across the board.
Lifelong learner.
That's it. We're seeing a theme here, folks, in some of these comments. The word is time, right? How do I manage time? How do I make time, right? You know, things change a little bit when you're taking 4 classes or 5 classes. Once again, here we go. Another time comment, right? Making sure and working full time, which again is another time. And you're supposed to have your family, your friends, your Netflix, the gym. You skip the gym, you watch Netflix, you eat some food, you gain a couple pounds, you go, oh my God, this is not working for me. So you have to go out and start exercising again. That's what happens to me. You just kind of sit there and you skip. You either zone in or you zone out. You got to find the middle ground. I think.
Is there anyone here named Justin? Because the only video I have about time is
Just in time. It's just in time.
Justin. That's for you.
That's for you. Oh, Nicole on there. The biggest
Ross,
thing for me is.
do you have
Got
our channel open on like another tab? I'm hearing some feedback or some kind of situation.
I don't know, but
Maybe
Ross's
it's
lights look good. He looks like he's in a 2001 Space Odyssey.
I think I had an
You're like an
auditory
apparition.
delulu.
The ghost of Ross. Hey, welcome back. You know,
yes.
doing the scenic route. I of course have done
Right
that. We're all lifelong learners here, and that's what we advocate for. We want you to keep learning and keep taking classes. Difficult to manage. That's right. You know, we do have counselors here on campus that you can talk to. You can also, you know, hang out with the librarians during lunch break or night break or any of the campus activities. You know, we're here to listen, right? Family time in school, once again. And here's a good shout out here. Awesome room to have at the library. Yes, it's the Reflection Room. It's at the Sanford Lake Mary Campus Library, and it's available for checkout. You could check out that room or any of the rooms at seminolestate.edu/library. And so let's talk a little bit about the module. Let's ask in the chat. Let me post it up. Who can define?
I like how I can hear you typing. This is very ASMR. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, so who can define or explain information literacy? It's going to be the key component of Module 6. As you see on the screen, it's the information literacy module. If you have no idea, type in the chat, no idea. If you know a little bit about it from maybe having a librarian come to your class, just give us a little bit so we can get a temperature check on like where everyone's at with this. Of course, we know information, facts, data, knowledge, things, stuff, and then literacy, the ability to be able to read and to write and to comprehend the language. And so when you combine those, how do you locate that information? How do you assess it and analyze it and go, this is good information out of all that rubbish? And then how do you use the information that you needed, that you evaluated and that said that it's good? And then how do you use that for a purpose? Well, in college, it's going to be to get an A on your courses. But in real life, it's going to be, oh, I figured out how to buy a house and here's what a mortgage is. Or, oh, that's how you raise a kid and here's how much money I need. You're always going to be doing information literacy type stuff here in real life too.
Yeah, and you should be doing it for your personal. Oh, I didn't mean to. Sorry. I was like, never mind.
I just saw the
Go
Incredible
ahead.
Hulk.
So do you want to talk about the Incredible
No,
Hulk?
I don't know. The Hulk guy. Maybe I made somebody mad and I see Hulk. Oh, the Credible Hulk. Okay.
One of those tenets of information literacy, which is like the base for what you're doing with this assignment, the assignment in the InfoLit module, which we'll get into. And Ross, by the way, I'm muting you because there's like a lot of background noise. There's a lot of sound reverberating across the room. So I can unmute you whenever you need, or just go like this if you need me to unmute you. So credible sources. So the authorship, is it an expert in the field that's related to the subject you're researching, whether it's how to deep fry Oreos and you're looking for that on TikTok, and is there a chef on TikTok or a up and coming person on TikTok that just makes stuff in their kitchen and sells it illegally, like the lady with the pink sauce? But pink sauce is now at $1.25 Tree. Shout me out in the comments if you've noticed that, because I bought some pink sauce at $1.25 Tree recently. By TikTokers, you'll know what we're talking about. We know what we're TikToking about. But anyway, so credible sources, whether it's deep frying Oreos or, you're in the nursing program and you need quality research on, patient care. Is the author an expert in the field? Do they have the expertise? That's the credibility. It's always important.
So this is coming from the college website. We have a lot of student learning outcomes here at the college. I encourage you to check it out. There are many. And if you look on the website, information literacy is the top one. And so just take a look here. It's discovering, I said locating before, interpreting, evaluating, assessing, right? And then of course, how do you use it, right? How do you use that information? We all have information needs. Okay, let's say Ross, Nicole, and I've taken Morgan, our supervisor's credit card, and we're all going to go on a trip now. We're going to take a trip to go somewhere. Let's go pick somewhere far away. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Far away.
Let's go to space.
All right, Nicole, thank you very much for deviating my format here. But yes, let's go to space. So,
Okay.
do you know how to get from here to space? Do you know what the language is spoken in space? What about the currency used in space? Is there a direct flight from here to space? Where's the nearest hotel from the airport in space? Okay, so you see what I'm saying? So we always have information needs. I tried to pick a place like Greece or maybe Japan, but my colleague here says, let's just go to space. Yeah, we got Bezos out here. Well, let's just go to space. Point being, you're always going to hey, you're in a wedding now. You're going to be the best man or the best woman, whatever it is. Uh-oh, what do I do? Do you have the apparel? Can you take off of work? How much is it? Where do I have to go? When is it? These are all information needs. So you're going to have to locate the information, and then you're going to have to verify that it's the right information so you can use it for a purpose. So let's check in here. One part of it, know how to check your sources, right? And that is the Credible Hulk. Exactly. All right, let's take one more. We have one more here. Great. Evaluate. Again, think about it in real terms. Who doesn't have a device here? Everyone who has a device knows that you get a scam likely or unknown caller. Do you answer that? Or do you go, new information. I've located it. I'm evaluating it and going, no, see you later. What about a knock on the door at 2 a.m? Who's just opening that door saying, hey, come on in, Netflix and cookies? Like, no, that's sus. How about that green, you open the fridge? Fake news, of course. Again, but how do you know it's fake? You have to analyze. Choosy with your...
Choosy.
Who voiced that?
That is a lovely voiceover.
Actor.
Fantastic. He has a background in voiceover.
So
that's fantastic.
should we pop up? We'll talk about the well, let's start talking about the assignments. We can go over any points. If you've been working on the assignment that's in the module and you have questions about it, pop them in the chat, of course, and we can address them. Ross, I'm going to unmute you in case you want to... Oh, wait. Unmute your guest. Oh, you chose to mute yourself.
There we go. Let's... Let's stay here. Oh, there's Night Parade. Let's stay here really quick. So it is knowing information literacy. We put it in the chat. Yeah, literacy. How to identify it, locate it, evaluate it, and then, of course, use it for a purpose. Keep this in mind. You do this in real life. Do not, I said this to the students, yes. Oh, I do see litera. Don't break your brain for college research. Your brain works. It's there. You do the same thing all the time, whether you're buying shoes on Amazon, you use the filters to narrow stuff down. You look at somebody, you go, wait a minute, we're having a good time. And then all of a sudden that person gets a little weird and you're like, uh-oh, there's a little sus here. I've analyzed the situation. What about you going to a restaurant and you're hungry, you need information, you need food, the grill's on fire, there's some weird liquid over there. I just saw roaches running around. They're playing, there's a roach festival, the band, they're playing instruments. You go, are you staying in this restaurant? No, I've evaluated where this is. No, I still need the food though. So you have to go back to the location and then find another restaurant and do the same thing again. Think about Yelp reviews. Think about Instagram likes. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You put that picture up that you put up 10 hours ago that nobody liked. I guarantee you, what do? You evaluate it, you take it down. That is not a fire picture. I'm on a soapbox here. Yes.
You're on the soapbox. You know what you're doing on the soapbox? You are sifting. I just heard
sifting.
You sift.
I sifted.
You did.
Ross, tell us about the SIFT method. It's a major component of the information literacy module 6.
Sure. I love it. I think it's a great tool to have, not just for this assignment, but something that you're going to use like throughout your life. It's just kind of a process that you go through to choose, good sources, right? Like, so when we're going through those paces, it's really simple, right? The S part of SIFT just says, stop for a minute and consider what you actually need, right? Like, you have to have a game plan. You can't just, just dive into something. You have to kind of know, what is the information going to look like? Like, what do I need? If I need a scholarly journal talking about it in the class before, well, I know, the CNN website's not going to work. A book isn't going to work. I know it has to look like a scholarly journal, and it has to answer my research question. For the purposes of this assignment, like, it has to talk about the future of my career, right? Nothing else is going to meet my needs. So once you've done that, then you can start, searching and finding information, and you can investigate it. That's the I, right? That's where we just want to get the lay of the land. Like, what are we dealing? I could try to open my browser real quick and see how this goes, but I don't know how this will go.
All right, Martin Ross Library. Yeah, you kind of glitched a little bit, but not too bad. So yeah, like, Open it up. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Let us try this now. It didn't work. It didn't work. It's still trying. It's still trying. I'm going to do it
Ross,
again.
we can, while you're doing that, we can ask the students what are some of the examples that you use when you evaluate sources or evaluate things in college or in real life? So I used a couple examples. Here's another example. You're hungry. I like to use food examples. Clearly, you open the fridge, you look in the back. The thing used to look good, but now it's green and moldy and it's got a weird smell to it. Who's eating that? No one's eating it. Why? Because you evaluated it. You analyzed it. You said this is no good. What about before you cross the street, Nicole? What do you do before you cross the street? Look. Vote.
I look both ways, and wait for it. I look both ways. I do that 3 times because. Okay, what if someone's zooming? Okay,
hey, what if you're in England? What if you're in England and the bus is coming from the other direction and you get hit by it? But it's not that I have a trauma story to unveil in front of everyone. But I did. That happened. I did. I did. I got hit by the bus. I got hit by a double-decker in London. Okay, there.
Okay, where's
Footage.
Look at my face.
If you can't show us the receipts.
Hey, look at my face. You think a face like this hasn't been hit by a bus before? All right.
Gosh.
There we go. So you you analyze stuff in real life. Give us a little bit of comments in the chat. Think about it. How do you do it? All right, Ross, where did we pick up? S is for stop.
Yeah, so investigating your source is all about just figuring out what it is that you're working on, right? Like, who's the author? What credentials do they have to speak on it? What, if you found it on a website, who is the like, what reputation do they have? What credentials they have to speak on it? How does it answer your question? Do they have sources? You really want to trust your source before you move any further with it, because if any of that stuff doesn't meet your needs, like if it doesn't check those boxes, you have to be willing to move on, right? And that's what the F in SIFT is all about, is like, you have to be willing to find better coverage. I mean, if you find a source that just doesn't meet your needs, don't force it to meet your needs. We can find something else, right? And then the T in SIFT is all about tracing back your sources. And that's what I was hoping to find, but my screen is not sharing. So like, let's say, you open a website, a CNN article or something, and they say, according to a study, right? And then they synthesize all that research and they explain it through their own journalism and all that kind of stuff. Well, the best practice there is they're telling me where the study is. I can go back and I can find the original study. Then I have the original context. I can synthesize it through my own lens and figure out how it relates to the topic. And you're going to end up with a better understanding of the information. You're going to have the raw data to look at. And when you go through this basis, like as you do that, you're going to arrive at better sources. You just will.
Amber.
Yeah, Amber.
Spot on, Amber.
Direct experience for their thoughts. Yeah, so you want a subject matter expert, right?
Can I get a primary source?
Primary source. The other thing too is when we were talking about the trace, and it goes back to find, think about a conversation you've had with someone. Someone comes and tells you the latest gossip, and it's like, hey, did you hear that? You're like, who told you that? You don't even react, right? You're just like, who? Wait a minute. What? Did you hear that from Ross? Because I know Ross talks all the time. Then you come up with a source that's not credible, right? It's a different Ross, by the way. Then you come up with a different source. You're like, oh, that person? Oh, I can't trust that person. Now, you mean I'm the only person who knows somebody like that? Come on. So we do this in real life. Don't break your brain. Use what we're giving you and just try to format it with the information in the college level. Okay, as Ross said, you're going to be looking through peer-reviewed journals, academic scholarly publications, databases, websites, the virtual library. Who wrote this? Why am I using it in my paper? By the way, I paid for this class. It's my money. It's going to be my credit on my transcript. It's going to hopefully be my name on the diploma when I get my graduation going. So why would I waste any of that with some crumb bag, copyright that. Crumb bag source.
Showgram.
And crumb bag source. You do not want a crumb bag source. Jason Anfinson, write that one down.
Reviews. Yes. So do we want to cover a little bit about the assignment in the thing is researching your
Let's do it.
what is it called? It's a
Yeah, your career and your
job.
major. Yeah, so you're going to be
Career.
looking at your career and your major. If you're undecided, you're going to likely have that conversation with your professor, right? Maybe it's something you would want to get into, but make sure to check with your professor before. If you're undecided at this point in college, it's your first term, no problem. No, there's not going to be any, we know exactly where you're at, but make sure to have that conversation. And then you're going to research your career or pathway. So we would be looking at librarians or information professionals or just information. And Ross has taken us to the Bureau of Labor.
I have.
Oh, Nicole. Oh, pardon me. Nicole has taken us to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. One note, there it is, Nicole. One note is this is a .gov. So make sure you know when you're in the World Wide Web, all of your different web domains. You got your .com, which is going to be the worst one for evaluating. Why? Because anybody can buy a .com and put information on there. You got a .org, an organization. If you're doing information on maybe cancer, a horrible disease that has probably affected each of us in some way, you're going to go to cancer.org. Right? .gov, your government information. That's not Republican, not Democrat. Those are federal agencies. And then, of course, EDU, which we're at right now, seminolestate.edu. But we're looking at the BLS, and I'm going to put this in the CHAT for YOU. All right, Ross, so what are we doing?
Gov.
.gov. Yep, so we're searching for stuff. So let's do some sample searches here.
So future of your career, I went to the subject.
Yeah, so you could in the upper right hand corner you can probably put something in. You could see what the future is going to be. For...
Okay, did someone want to chat us what they're thinking of majoring in?
Good idea.
Araceli, Tiffany, Amber, Natalia, anybody?
Yep. We'll wait a minute.
Areku 7.
Go ahead and let us know. Okay. Yeah, and Areku 7, we do not know if you're listed in the college databases as that student name, so you might want to let us know
you need FOA credit. Yeah, definitely.
You let us know your name.
So when we're looking at the information about the career, you want to make sure you're not looking at old information. Remember, it's the future of your career. So if there's an article from like 10 years ago or a web page from like 10 years ago saying this is the future of nursing or whatever it may be. Oh, Spanish education. Okay. We could do education. This is like the weird...
Nicole, in the try the upper right-hand corner, type in teacher or education in there, and then you're going to get some results, and then you're just going to... We'll walk you through it.
It's not the interface.
So try okay, so high school teacher. Let's see what it is. So high school teacher, this will give us a snapshot. Again, we're looking at an overview. All of you are mainly going to have different... career paths. You might have some similar ones, but this is how this page will look. So if you zoom in, you could see what the 2022 pay is. So Nicole, we have 62,000. It looks like I can't see.
Okay. Now we don't know, is that federal, like nationally, because that's a average nationally, which state to state it could vary wildly.
Right. And again, we're looking in the future for this assignment, 5, 10, 20 years. You can see the job outlook from 2022 to 2032. According to my math, that's a 10-year spread. And it's only a 1% little to no change. So unfortunately, there's not going to be more. According to this, we hope there's more high school teachers. We need them. But according to the data, maybe that's not the field. Or you write about that. Hey, I want to do this. I found this information. This is how my job outlook for my career path feels for the next 10 years. How do you feel about that? Is that right, Ross?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about that, too, is I was just comparing against the librarian entry for this. And even though it's only 1% change on here, it's roughly equivalent to the librarian, the growth on it. Because it's a million on there. So 1% of a million is a lot. That's 11,000 jobs every year.
There you go.
Over 10 years. And like librarians, it says it's about 13,000 over the next 10 years. So you got to kind of look at those numbers, as to like what they're actually telling you. So yeah, it's not a whole lot of change, but it's still a lot of jobs. So.
And some of these ones, Ross, that we're getting in, like animal science and Spanish education, you're going to have to kind of take a look at that. That seems a little broad to me, right? That seems a little broad. Is Spanish education at the lower level, or is it at the high school level? Is it at the upper level, academic, college? And you're going to have to take a look. We got more coming in. And just so we know, DMCDYHDAH, I hope I said that correctly. we're not sure what digital art and science would be. Yeah, as far as where is that job? What job would that be? And I'm not. There's no shade here. I'm just asking, like, what librarian, photographer, even groundskeeper. But what would that job be? And I'm asking because you're going to have to be doing the research on this. So you might want to think about that. Maybe even meet with the librarian and we can kind of maybe go over some of that. But, business admin. Let's put another one in there. We have high school teachers. Let's do another one that we think might be let's just put in information. Let's put in the word information. Let's see what that does. Or information technology. Sí, información Jason.
Jason.
Sí, en español es un J, es Jason. Government, community development.
Information sector. Okay, so
we have.
Okay, so they have it. They have things organized by sector. So depending on what your phrase, like if it's Spanish education, you might have to go up or down. You might have to narrow down or widen out your search. And who can you ask if you need help figuring out which one to do?
Librarians!
That is embedded into this course that we're talking about to help you with this module that we are talking about. If anybody watching has any specific questions at this time, pop them in the chat because it's about time for us to wrap up, fellas, because if you didn't know, we do this every Wednesday at what time? At 4 p.m. We are on our YouTube channel. We have different topics every week. We talk about whatever, we joke around, we play silly cringe videos. My job is to make everybody cringe, and I do a pretty good job of it. I try really hard to do that, okay? So that's what we do here. We're establishing a community. If you want to pop on and ask us questions, if you want to get to know us, we have guests from all over campus. So if you tune in every week or check out the replay, you'll learn some things about your Seminole State family, about your Seminole State community that you did not know before. So we welcome you to do that. Subscribe today. Remember, brought to you by, where's the pillow?
Where's the pillow? From Ebenezer
Makes me
Rothschild
sad.
Pillows.
I don't have it as a prop.
Hey, look at this comment. You're the funny. We're the most fun.
Whoa. Where's that?
And Amber knows a lot of librarians, and therefore they know. They've done a survey of all the
That's how I felt when she said that.
That's perfect. That metaphor is perfect sense. It's hitting the brain with tennis and then randos just screaming. It makes perfect sense. Okay, great.
Jason, you are...
Zinger!
You get me every time.
Who did that voiceover? Okay, so if you need, we put one more thing in the chat there. Have we answered everything? Have we gone over it? We want to make sure the librarians are available to help you. This assignment will be coming up very shortly. So if you need anything, we are in your Canvas modules. Okay, just look, you can see instructor, and then you can see librarian. Clearly, we're the librarians here, Ross, Jason, or Nicole. You may have others. Okay, hey, who's that guy? Hey, look at him. Beardsy. Okay. And then, let's see, we have one more. Yeah, super helpful, so entertaining. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, now for the FYE event credit, I'm dropping the link. Boom, I dropped it. It's in there. You only have to click that once on the bottom of the page. It'll say you have, done the thing with the thing, and it says the thing on the thing. Right, Ross? Is that what it says? You've been entered. Yeah. Your attendance has been entered into this event. It says something like that. So just grab that once. That'll be your one event. You definitely need 2 events to satisfy the requirements for the FYE course. Hope you're having a great first year experience. It's been great speaking with you all. And again, if you need the exact credit, go ahead and click on that link. Otherwise, we'll see you at Nightbury at the Sanford Lake Mary campus. This is where we wave goodbye.
Jason, do you want me to play the video now for outro?
Nicole, play the video for the outro.
Okay.